Here's a little tip for if your sun visor keeps dropping down. See with this one, I'll put the pin in, it's very loose. I know there's no screw in this one, it's been trimmed incorrectly and it's not got the screw there, but even when they've got the screw in they won't clamp up. But this one is really loose. So all you need to do is get yourself a small cable tie. It's preferable to use a white one on this so that it doesn't show up. Oops, gone all the way down. Just put it in the top there. So I'm going to feed this one in nearly all the way and then put the pin in. Just tap the pin down with a soft mallet so it's all the way in, and then you'll see that pin is now holding. So it's going to hold the sun visor up as it should. So just tidy it up, just cut that down at the base. And you won't see that once it's in the car, and the sun visor will be held up again. So a couple of pence for a cable tie, it's all fixed. So here's a little tip on how to get your crankshaft pulley off, or the damper. I'm going to be using a piece of 6mm flat bar. I've drilled 2 clearance holes here for 5/16 with 3/4 UNC bolts, and I've also drilled and tapped in the middle for a 3/8 by 3 inch UNF bolts. This one's threaded and these are just straight holes. So if you leave that in, all you need to do is drill these 2 so you pick up a pair of holes on here. This will then attach this plate to the damper. Just nip them up. Don't have to be tight, just nip them up. And now we'll wind this in, and this should wind off the damper off the crankshaft. So just wind it in until it gets some tension on it. There we go, and get the ratchet, and hopefully you see there it's actually winding off. And there you have it. So I would normally weld a nut onto there, so I've got a lot more purchase for this, but I was just rushing to wanting to get this one off, and I couldn't find the tool that I used last time. So I make this bar long enough to straddle these 2 sides as well here, and it hopefully means that it's not going to deform. So what I'll do is I'll actually weld a nut onto there, so next time I use a tool I've got a lot more force to pull against it, because sometimes it can be a little bit tighter than that, but I just wanted to see. I was in a rush and I just thought I'd try it by just tapping that hole, and it came out quite easily. When insulating the bulkhead, this is the evaporator housing, the pipe's coming through, you need to cut a bit of a hole in here. You'll see I've cut these edges so that I can get it over this pipe. Now to tidy this up, I cut a circle with the hole in the middle, which I've punched out, that will go around there. And if you just cut one side open like this, you can put it around the pipe. The hole in the centre is nice and tight, and you can glue that down there, and it really does blend in and finishes it off a lot nicer. When that's glued down, it'll look great.